Join us as we explore some of the strangest and most surprising discoveries made by tourists and scientists. Number 1. The Greenland shark, also known as Somniosus microcephalus, is truly fascinating because of its astonishing longevity. As you mentioned, it has been discovered that these sharks can live up to 400 years, making them the longest known vertebrates on Earth. These creatures live in the deep, cold waters near Greenland, and their longevity is all the more surprising given that they only reach sexual maturity at around 150 years old. This means that reproduction and the ability to maintain and increase their population is extremely slow. The fact that these sharks can live this long and have survived overfishing before World War II is a testament to their incredible adaptation and resilience as a species. Number 2. Amber whale. Although vomiting is common, when it comes to whales the story is different. Whale vomit can be extremely valuable. In September 2021, a fisherman discovered a bundle of ambergris, also known as whale vomit, on a beach in southern Thailand. This ambergris is a rare and precious substance used in luxury perfumes. The package found by the fisherman weighed 30 kilos and was worth more than $1 million, which changed his life. Ambergris forms in the digestive systems of whales in response to the sharp beaks of the squid they eat. It can float in the ocean for years before reaching beaches, where it takes on a unique scent due to exposure to sunlight and salt water, making it highly sought after by perfumers. Although its exact value is difficult to determine, ambergris is considered one of the most expensive things in the world, with prices ranging from a few hundred to several $1,000s per gram. Number 3. The fascinating Pink Lake. Imagine the following situation. It is 1802 and Matthew Flinders, a British navigator and cartographer, lands on what is now known as Middle Island, in the Research Archipelago off the south coast of Australia. It's time to start exploring. Flinders makes his way through the dense jungle and reaches the highest peak. From there, he looks out at the landscape and is surprised to see a bright pink lake. Although you're probably not familiar with strawberry milkshakes, it's exactly what the color makes you think of. He later described the forest as pink, which is also pretty close. When he and his crew reached the lake, which was also very salty, they were able to resupply their entire ship with only the salt that had crystallized along the shores. Flinders named Lake Hilty after a crew member who died while the ship was docked on the island. It turns out that the color of the lake is affected by supersalinity. Because the water is very salty, the most common bacteria and microorganisms that can survive in it have a pigment in their cell membranes that is responsible for the pink color of the water. This explains why the lake is the same color. Number 4. Fossil older than dinosaurs. A rare fossil has been discovered in Alberta, Canada, dating from a time before the advent of dinosaurs. Orobates belong to a group of ancient reptiles called synapsids. The fossil is estimated to be around 309 million years old and is one of the oldest reptile fossils ever discovered. It is also exceptionally preserved, showing traces of the original creature's soft tissues and organic components. Scientists say they were able to use it to reconstruct a detailed replica of the creature's skeletal and muscular structures, providing valuable information about the animal's biomechanics and how it might move. Number 5. Mermaid. The mysterious nature of mermaids has captivated humanity for centuries. But what if these beings were more than just figments of our imagination? The recent discovery of a possible mermaid skeleton on Liverpool Beach has left people perplexed. People around the world began debating who owned the skeleton that washed up on the beach overnight, and experts were unable to determine its origin. Although there are many videos of mermaids circulating on the internet, it has never been proven that they actually exist. Some believe in them, while claiming that they are simply manatees or sea cows. The mermaid skeleton found on the beach resembles a human figure with a long tail. It could be a real mermaid, some think it could be an unknown species of fish. Number 6. The spheres of Costa Rica. Costa Rica may be famous for many reasons, but you may not know that it is also popular for its vast collection of almost perfectly round stones. To learn more about these stone spheres found in the Costa Rican landscape, we have to go back to the 1930s. At that time, the fruit company was looking for new land to establish banana plantations in western Costa Rica, near the Pacific Ocean. But when workers began clearing the dense jungle, they discovered something strange: stone spheres. That doesn't seem too strange, does it? But let me explain it to you. Some of these spheres were only a few centimeters in diameter, but others were enormous. In fact, the largest spheres measured up to 2 meters in diameter and weighed up to 16 tons. But where do these spheres come from? Or do they even come from this world? It was obvious that these spheres were artificial, because the rocks did not exist in such uniform shapes. Locals soon began to wonder, and many myths developed to explain the stone spheres. For example, some believe they were brought by aliens, others believe they were linked to the lost continent of Atlantis. The scientific study of the stones began in the early 1940s. Since then, approximately 300 stone spheres have been discovered throughout the country. Although many stones are not perfectly round, they are surprisingly smooth, and scientific measurements have revealed that many of them are almost perfect spheres. But the most difficult question to answer is why these stones were made and what their function was. Nobody knows for sure. Number 7. The SS Thistlegorm, a witness submarine from the Second World War. Near the reefs of the Red Sea in Egypt lies the wreck of the SS Thistlegorm, an armed merchant ship of the British Merchant Navy that was bombed and sunk during World War II. Discovered in the 1950s, this wreck has become one of the most famous and accessible in the world. Sunk on October 6, 1941, it carried supplies for British forces in Africa, including trucks, motorcycles, and aircraft parts. The German attack caused it to sink and cost 9 lives. Rediscovered by Jacques Cousteau in 1956, divers can today explore this frozen era of war with trucks, motorcycles, and other goods still present on the seabed. Number 8. Treasure from the 1715 Spanish shipwreck on Florida's Treasure Coast. In July 2015, professional salvager Eric Schmidt lived the dream of discovering lost treasure when he found more than $1 million in coins in an unmarked 1715 Spanish shipwreck off the coast of Florida's Treasure Coast. This discovery broadened the reputation of a region already known for its valuable shipwrecks. In 1715, a hurricane in Florida sank 10 Spanish galleons, scattering treasure now valued at $500 million. Schmidt found 51 gold coins with a magnet, as well as shields and other coins under the sand. Additionally, he found Colombian emeralds, fulfilling a personal desire. Number 9. Moai of Easter Island, Mysteries Under the Sea. Easter Island's iconic monolithic human figures, known as moai, have been spotted by divers under the sea. Around 900 of these statues exist on land, built by the ancient Rapa Nui inhabitants. Some of these statues were found partially submerged along the coast of the island. How they ended up underwater remains unknown. Some experts believe they may have been covered by rising seas or used in rituals. These findings highlight the uncertainty surrounding the Rapa Nui culture and its practices with statues, which represented ancestral spirits and were linked to mythological rulers. Theories suggest that some may have been intentionally submerged to transfer power between rulers, leaving these statues as enigmatic witnesses to ancient stories and lost beliefs. Number 10. Alien hand. In the age of space exploration, we all want to make contact with extraterrestrial life. But what happens if that contact happens closer than expected? Meet the alien hand, recently discovered on a beach in Wisconsin, USA. A group of friends were walking along the coast enjoying a beautiful day when they came across a strange skeletal hand. At first they thought it was a Halloween prop, but upon closer inspection they realized they had discovered something truly extraordinary. The skeletal hand made headlines around the world and people were frantic to discover extraterrestrial life. Number 11. Thousands of crocodiles on the beach. A ferocious predator occupying a beach is a disturbing enough sight, but what about thousands of crocodiles on a beach in Brazil that even cause panic among the local population? Although the exact reason for their presence on the beach remains unknown, experts suggest that the crocodiles may have migrated from nearby swampy areas to avoid harsh weather conditions or to find more hospitable breeding grounds. The potential danger of having so many crocodiles in one place cannot be underestimated. The authorities are working hard to control the crocodile population and ensure the safety of local people and tourists. However, the task is difficult when such a large number of crocodiles are present on the beach.